Hello dear people, welcome to this video special regarding the GECO Target HP. HP stands for
Hollow point, in the Swedish classic 6.5 by 55, and in the trendy Creedmoor caliber 6.5.
What the guys and girls from GECO have really thought of for something clever, we will learn after the intro. Gunnar, with the GECO range, you already have several 6.5 calibers on the market out there. Now we have finally arrived in the sporting realm with this one. But initially, tell us again, what really distinguishes the GECO Target series in the first place?
We thought to ourselves with the GECO Target series to introduce a practical load. Practical in the sense that I can use it not only for shooting practice, but also really for the competition, especially when I use it with the GECO Target hollow point design.
Which now represents a completely new development? Correct. The question naturally arises for me, why do you now come out with a 6.5 caliber instead of, for example, a 308?
Here we have a match bullet with hollow point, boat tail design, with a high BC, with super external ballistic properties. In the .308 range, there's really already plenty of these, and especially the younger shooters, who are now re-entering the market and are really getting involved, are of course interested in the trendy 6.5 by 55 and 6.5 Creedmoor calibers. That's why we started with these calibers here.
Now you have to say 6.5 Creedmoor and 6.5 by 55 are among the most hyped calibers of the last few years. Of course, there is an ever-growing base of followers, as this relates to practical precision shooting. But please explain to us where the hype about this cartridge comes from, especially regarding the 6.5 Creedmoor. Where does all this come from originally?
The 6.5 by 55 already have this attributes, and the 6.5 Creedmoor has virtually developed it further. I have a cartridge with a very high inherent precision, which is super comfortable to shoot. I also have a very low recoil with this one. That allows me noticeably better to quickly identify the target again. The low recoil ensures that I, as the shooter myself, can use more of the granted precision.
I was already given the opportunity to shoot both. I think I shot the 6.5 Creedmoor from a Hanel AR without suppressor. Nevertheless, it feels like very little energy comes back into the shoulder.
Correct. And still, although little recoil arrives in the shoulder, I still retain a super flat trajectory. When I look at the trajectory of the 6.5 Creedmoor, then I have a very similar curve to a 300 Win Mag. And a 300 Win Mag does something completely different with the shoulder, like the slim 6.5 Creedmoor.
And I can also testify to that. But we'll see this in another video. Once we get to the stretched trajectory of the 6.5 Creedmoor, then we have, for example, something that hunters really appreciate. There is a very small variance in the aiming point alteration at distances of 150, 200, 300 meters. Of course, the Creedmoor can also achieve much more over longer distances. That is actually why it was designed. What happens at the end of the flat trajectory?
You hopefully hit the target at the end of the flat trajectory. The slender form, generally of the 6.5 bullets, and then also in connection with a hollow point boat tail design. Ensures, of course, that I have a very high BC. Only a little loss of speed on the way to the target, and therefore also very little wind drift. And wind drift is one of the most difficult things to calculate in long-range shooting. This means that the good external ballistic properties of the 6.5 Creedmoor make it easy for me to hit the target.
Even though you did not invent this caliber, this is what one expects from you as a major player, especially in the ammunition segment. Absolute top performance in terms of craftsmanship, but also in price performance. With how much reverence does one start such a development? How do you approach the subject at all?
Of course, you have to approach the whole thing with respect. At the end of the day, one really needs a good bullet, a really balanced cartridge, and high inherent precision, so that you can really knock it out of the park.
My final question to you would be, because the subject of 6.5 Creedmoor, when compared to other calibers, is such a polarizing topic to so many people, what would you say to someone who asks you, how does a 6.5 actually differ from a 308 cartridge?
That always depends on the area of application. The .308 is also, just like the 6.5 Creedmoor, a very balanced cartridge. The .308 can do some things better because it has a higher initial energy. Basically, it has more punch, whereas the 6.5 Creedmoor is characterized by its increased BC, and due to the high inherent precision, has better characteristics for the really long shot, at long range.
Plus, of course, less recoil, which comes back into the shoulder.
And therefore, both have their strengths, and both therefore have their right to exist on the market.
Now, at last, I can understand why this caliber is so hyped up. In the hunting sector, you can already see this when you're underway with the GECO Express in 6.5. Now, also completely new for the sporting sector, the GECO Target HP in 6.5 Creedmoor and 6.5 by 55. Gunnar, thank you very much for your time.
Merci.
Thank you also for your time behind the scenes. Please do what you normally do on YouTube, subscribe to this channel. In the best case, please write us a comment and please give it a thumbs up. I am already looking forward to the next episode and say bye for now.